Hello, my name is Catherine Browning, and this is for CIT 260. I have been working on the Leaving Planet Earth project throughout the semester. This is my presentation for the final and discussing what we had learned in the last half of the semester. So hopefully you're able to see my screen okay. The first item I'm going to talk about is static versus non-static variables in Java. So a static variable in Java is where the memory is created only once in the program at the time of loading the class, and they are preceded by the static keyword, which you'll see here, versus a non-static variable that is created at the time of an object of class. And so there's no static keyword. The memory is pretty much always there, versus, sort by description, it's only really pulling the memory when it's being called. So it's not something that's being stored all the time. It's only when it needs to be used. The next item we discussed was lists. And so we have our list of, we have array list, an enum, an array, an enum, and array list. So an array is used when the length of the list is fixed and you want to dynamically change the items on the list. All of the items on the list must be of the same data type. An enum is when the number of items on the list is fixed and the items will be constant and not change. And all of these items must be the same data type as well. An array list is when you need to add or remove objects from a list, or the objects from the list need to be of different data types. We used enums in this project. As you can see, we have our class here with the planet Earth enums. Our enum items, so items were things that they were going to use when they were within the game. So things from tools and food and different items that way. We have hammer, saw, nails, apple, meat, water, engine, window, gas tank, chair, fin, shells, metal panel. And these were just items that were going to be fixed. The user is not going to be able to change these items at all. These are just the only items that would be available during the game, and so these items are fixed. Same with like actors. They only had so many options of characters that they'd be able to play, and those aren't going to change. So then the next thing that we had talked about were try-catch statements. So a try-catch statement basically comes into play when you have an exception error, and the fact that instead of it throwing a bizarre code error at the user, it handles the errors a little more gracefully. So, it's going to try to make the function work, and if for some reason it's unable to, it catches the error, points them to the exception, and then prints a nice message saying, sorry, this failed, or we're unable to use this data, or whatever it may be, so that it's handled a little more gracefully and it makes the user experience a little nicer. And so in this case where we have try or a map control, takes you to the map control exception. So then the map control exception would have a string message and print a message for the user saying, sorry, this failed, let's try again, or whatever the error might be. Our last thing that we had discussed about was the I/O file streams, and there's different types of I/O being input output. So depending on the type of data that's coming in and going out, you're gonna have different file streams. Here we see our in file, out file, print writer, buffer reader. It's just going to depend on if it's character data and whether on which type you are using. But this is allowing you to bring in different data types and write different data types out of the file onto disks, or saving it based off of their depending on the types of data that's in there. These were the main things that we covered in the last half of the semester in order to smooth out our game. So the goal of our game, or the idea behind our game, was that you take on the role of a astronaut as the planet Earth is dying, and you are then required to go through a couple of different scenes, collecting different items and food items and tools and parts so that you can build a rocket and leave planet Earth in order to go to the new planet Neftar and colonize this new planet. Running our program, we have, sorry, let's see what it'll go. So we have our opening message here at the beginning. You explain that, hey, this is leaving planet Earth. In this game, you'll travel with your fellow astronauts through dangerous terrain to NASA headquarters in the planet Neftar. Planet Earth is dying. You must leave or you will die too. You have 5 days to travel to NASA, and once you're there, you'll have 15 days to build a rocket and take your crew to planet Neftar. On a journey, you'll find the supplies and tools you need to survive and build your ship. Be warned, there are severe storms at night that will kill you. You may only work during the day, and as the Earth gets sicker, the days get shorter. Good luck. If all goes well, we'll see you on planet Neftar. Please enter your name. Sorry, so let me... I hit enter without saying, so it's telling me invalid name. It must be not be blank. So if I enter my name in, I get to my main menu, and we can start a new game. And here we're able to decide what we would like to do. Work on a rocket ship, move persons, sleep, construct shelter, use a tool, these type of things. Now we have only got the point where it's functioning past this main menu, and I have not been able to connect the other classes in order to have it function beyond that. That's something I've been working on, but I keep getting stuck on the move actor to location and those different classes. I've learned a lot in this class. It's been a struggle for me in this class. There's been a lot of concepts to try to grasp along with building this game. It overwhelmed me most weeks, but I was able to keep up for the most part with a lot of help from Brother Blizzard. I'm excited to use what I have learned in this class as a basis for my other programming classes that I will be taking, and hope that I'll be able to deepen my understanding of how Java works and to grasp the concepts as I progress. I appreciate the time I was able to spend in this class, and I'm excited to be done. Thank you.